Hi, welcome to another Revenue Hub video series. Following the success of our AI series in the summer, please do check it out if you haven't seen them yet, we decided it would be great to get our expert partners' views once more. In the spirit of this time of year, we've asked them to predict what 2026 might have in store for the hotel industry. Now, through these videos, we are not inundating you with please subscribe and please like requests. You guys know what to do. But we would be interested to hear your thoughts on the predictions. Do you agree? Do you disagree? What are your predictions? Anyway, hope you enjoy it, and thanks again to our expert partners for taking part. Let's see what their predictions are. Hey, welcome to our Crystal Ball 2026 predictions video series. Thank you for joining us. I know it's a very busy time, so I do appreciate you carving out a few moments to talk to us. How are things for you? You well?
Yeah, very good, very good. Busy
Excellent.
time of the year, but yeah, exciting at the same time.
Excellent. I bet looking forward to a little bit of a break. Hopefully you will get a break over the festive period.
I'm getting a little break. Only get the break at this time around,
Absolutely.
so definitely looking
Absolutely.
forward to it.
Absolutely. Well, you enjoy that, but let's not hold you up. Let's get straight into it. So, what have you got for us? What do you think 2026 is going to have in store for us and the hotel sector?
Um, I think it's the I would say we'll have a clear idea who's going to win or who's winning the AI battle. So I think
And
that
you're
would be kind
meaning
of
from the big
exciting.
space in terms of whether it's sort of Google Gemini, ChatGPT, that's the kind of arena we're looking at, yeah?
Yeah, I think it's specifically how it impacts our industry,
Mm-hmm.
most importantly.
Mm-hmm.
But it's starting to get a bit clearer lately with the advancements that I think Google Gemini has made.
Yep.
That's probably the one that impacts us directly. So in the
Okay.
being in the hotel space,
Yep.
and it's getting clearer. It's well, who knows? It changes so fast. So you'd have asked, it's worse than the F1. Who is it taking the lead? How things are
Absolutely.
changing?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
How things are changing every week. But I think Google has a clear idea, has a monetization plan behind it,
Mm-hmm.
and it's combining a lot of the products.
Okay.
So I think they are, for me, the prediction is Google is going to assert itself in the AI game. So
Mm-hmm.
really at the search part. So they have been dominating that part.
Yep.
That was obvious. But even in the AI space with the AI mode, how things are being searched, how it's linked to other products, how they already have the availability, how they have the pricing there. So they're making the things really easy. It's going to be hard for the others to catch up. The
And I
model's
guess and I
clear.
guess it's comfort as well for people. They're used to using Google, aren't they, as well? I mean, we're using
Exactly.
ChatGPT, and everyone talks about ChatGPT from like a generative point of view. But from a hotel perspective, they've been embedded in the Google system. So that's
Yeah,
that's an evolution from them and building on what they've been doing successfully. So they have a track record.
yeah, absolutely. 100% right. We used to it when you're ready to book a hotel, you're not on Instagram. So the
Yeah, yeah,
Instagram part, you're just scrolling down, you're like, oh, that looks good. My
yeah.
friends will go in, or somebody's posting about this. Same thing for Facebook, you will see those ads. When you're researching, you're looking at maybe you still use Booking.com and Expedia as kind of search engine to get inspired. You're
Yep.
doing your shortlist, but at that specific moment when you're ready to book, Google is the main platform.
Yeah.
And the fact that they adding the AI bit, you can talk to it. It comes up with the recommendations that you want. You have the pricing there. You just, okay, let's click. It's Google, it's secure. I've used it before. I've done this previously. My card might be even there with Google
Yeah. With
Pay.
Google Pay. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So they have so much advantage versus the others. They have the inventory, they have the paying method. You already used to it. The
Mm-hmm.
usage is there. It's connected to your Gmail, to whatnot.
Yeah.
Whether you book a table or you book in a room, you already have a lot of your information within your Google space.
Yeah. Very
So
much so.
I see them taking a huge lead on that from that perspective, but also the fact that the players are supporting that.
Mm-hmm.
So whether it's they have the ability to combine now, so they've been combining the direct, so providing the direct option to hotels, or
Yep.
also the OTA route.
Yep.
So they do have that embedded within the platform, the AI mode. It opens basically the Google Hotel ads.
Yep.
So that's what it opens basically. And I think they do have the support of the other players that are willing to invest. They understand this is a channel. They're going to invest as much on that. And it's clear way to invest in it. So it's you throw in basically cash at it. You already have it in a different way, but you still basically it opens up a new channel within this channel. So it's not going to change much from the usage perspective. From let's say if you're an advertiser,
Yep.
from obviously user, it changes a bit more. But from an advertiser perspective, it's not a huge
It's not a massive
shift. No.
Yeah.
So that's where I see they have two sides of the offer, the demand, the supply, and so they do have an advantage versus everybody else. So that's really the biggest probably prediction there.
And who do you see as the other players that will gain some ground? Because I mean, it's almost the same as the browser argument, isn't it? You know, there was how a number of years ago you had 4 or 5 different options, and then Google just became everyone says, oh, I'm going to Google it. You know, it just became the dominant player. So obviously this ChatGPT is there. Who do you think it's going to be almost, and this is showing my age, going back to videos with VHS and Betamax, that we'll have 2 players playing out for the dominant? Or do you think it will be almost like the browser scenario where there'll be 4 or 5 players, and then we'll slowly over a little bit more time gravitate to maybe 1 or 2? What are your thoughts on that?
I think there's enough space for everybody. Depends where you are in the funnel.
Yep.
So I think there's more players, the ChatGPT, whether it's Claude and the rest. I think they'll gain a bit more ground in the really inspiration side of things.
Okay. Yeah.
But in the transactional part, I think Google will definitely dominate.
I've got
the same thing where for meta search, they started this as the smallest player in the meta search space. TripAdvisor had a huge advantage. I think it was 50% TripAdvisor and then 50% the rest, Trivago, Kayak, you name the others. And I think they dominated the space throughout the years. Now I think 90% of of meta search comes from the Google Hotel ads. They have way better pricing model, and again, it's the same play. I see that same play happening again with the AI bit, where they can play with both. So they play with the supply and demand. They play with the advertisers, and they play with the platforms offering the service. So I think that's where they have a huge advantage versus the others. And now I would see similar play happening again with ChatGPT becoming a bit more of a TripAdvisor, a Kayak, where you go see maybe prices, get inspired, you see what's in the destination. But when it comes to transaction, the model is too clear for everybody else on the Google platforms. It's going to be hard for the others to replace that.
And what about the tie-in that we've been reading recently about them with ChatGPT linking up, and supposedly you'll be able to book through directly into the OTAs? I mean, is that, if so many people, this is quite not complex, but we've always been having this argument about OTAs, direct bookings. Hotels still find it quite easy just to go to OTAs. So if the industry still uses a lot of OTAs, and then there's this tie up within ChatGPT. I mean, my wife and children talk about that. They don't really talk about Google Gemini. So if they're suddenly using it, and there's a link into an OTA, and they're familiar with that, does that not present a strong, compelling, back to that trust piece again? Oh, I know ChatGPT, that's my inspiration bit. And, oh, okay, I know that OTA, I booked through it before, I'll follow that through. How do you see that tussle playing out?
I think it's the fact where it might be difficult for them is to offer a lot of choice.
Okay.
So enough choice that you think, okay, well, I trust it, but then I don't want to miss out on anything.
But I'm limited.
Yeah, I'm limited, exactly. So it depends, like if they make huge changes on the UI, well, this is a prediction, doesn't mean
but that's the point of the conversation. Here we go.
Anything with the truth. But where I see things going, I would put my money would be definitely on Google to win the race. But anybody can take a big piece of the market, the search market, the inspiration market. In this case, maybe personally as a user, I'm booking a hotel. I want to see things. I want to see all the choices that I have.
Yep.
I think I can always get a good deal. That's how
Yep.
I operate.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Or let me find, do they know me? Does my chat know me exactly well to understand, well, this time I feel like a luxury hotel, but the other, well, next I'm going with the boys. We okay to go budget.
Yeah.
Without the
Yeah.
misses, I can go budget. That's fine.
Yeah.
So it depends. Like if you get in, what kind of options are you getting, or they're really shortlisting 2, 3 properties where maybe they have bigger commissions on.
Yeah.
So it
Yeah. Yeah.
depends how things play in the back.
It's
So
that kind of skepticism and maybe a cynical view as to why am I
exactly.
getting presented these? Because at least with Google, you know, with the ranking, okay, these people towards the top, they're paying. So I kind of get that and I have a choice.
Mhm.
When it's presented to you in ChatGPT, you're kind of wondering, okay, what's the deal behind this? And they're trying to find ways that they've got to monetize it as well, haven't they?
Absolutely. And even if you're playing with OTAs, they play dirty as well. If not the dirtiest. So that's sponsored. They have property that they have a little boost. They're
Hmm.
sponsored.
Hmm.
So if you're looking at a specific destination, you always have 2, 3 properties then being
Yep.
advertised more than the others because they pay more commission to booking. They're given a bit more to booking or Expedia. So you
Yep.
could expect the same thing happening. So that first choice, the first 2, 3 choices they're presented by booking, you're giving them a bit too much freedom and trusting that booking is going to show you booking, the combination of booking plus chat gpt, is that going to show the best option for you?
Yep.
Whereas the Google model, I see it a bit more transparent
Yes.
because everybody pays the same. What's important for them is having that pressure on CPCs, having as many advertisers within that auction, whether it's coming from search or it's coming from an AI mode search.
Hmm.
Um, so that's what's important for them. So they can be a bit more fair, let's say, in the choice of the offer to the end customer.
So could we
So
see it? So could we see an evolution where if ChatGPT sees what you're predicting here, that people might use it for its inspiration phase, but then there's no follow through, and ultimately the user is going back to Google where it was before and looking at a wider choice on making the booking, that they will
mhm,
evolve their offering, and people have spoken about it becoming a search engine in a broader sense.
yeah, absolutely. I think they each player is trying to dominate the one segment of the market,
Hmm.
or if you look at it differently, one part of the funnel.
Yeah.
So they will find a way to dominate it and to monetize it as much as possible. So that's where I see always Google have an advantage because they have monetized it already. It's
Yeah.
done.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
they don't
Yeah.
have that pressure that, well,
Yeah. They're not
OpenAI
going to.
has.
Yeah. Exactly.
So they don't live off investments and fundraising.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because
So
that's the thing, isn't it? The revenue generation
yeah.
is so small, if non-existent, that they're still having to raise funds for any investment that they're making. And it's like, at what point do people say we need to start to see some returns coming through to back it?
And exactly. And then that pressure comes with, okay, let's try things. Let's go
Yep.
all in something specific.
Yep.
It might fail. It might not be something that the users are looking for.
Yep.
So it's always the user decides where you are. It's not you.
Yeah,
As a
yeah,
company, they will decide how they see it, how they use you. TripAdvisor looked good. As soon as they started to monetize it too much, then people start seeing. They always seen it as just a review page.
yeah,
I
yeah,
want to
yeah.
see reviews. I want to just guarantee that my choice that is that. But it's always been hard for them to monetize it.
No, that makes sense. I don't know how much you're across it. One of our other partners, we've done a couple of videos this year with Mirai around the Digital Markets Act in the EU, and
Mhm.
how that has been affecting, and how Google has been trying to adapt to that. And obviously, booking, there's a lot going backwards and forwards around them. Interestingly, the DMA, because it takes so long to get through, was obviously dealing with.
Mhm.
Uh, those major stakeholders or big players, but it wasn't addressing AI. How much do you see that being an impact, or is that just a bit of side noise at the moment?
Well, it's both. I do see it being an impact, but not so much in the short term.
Hmm.
And again, that would be, like you said, that would be in Google's advantage.
Yep.
It impacted hotels directly, so independent hotels and the direct booking share, where they lost quite a bit of ground
Yeah.
to Booking and Expedia as a whole because they did invest so much in all the channels.
Yeah.
So in meta search, as much they invested in just purely Google ads, sponsored ads, and so on. So I think that's where the risk is. It's mostly, I think at the end, it's going to impact somebody.
Yeah.
It's going to impact, I see impacting more the hotels at the end of the day, less so Booking.com and Expedia, where they do have the funds and the means to adapt to the situation. So, but hotels, independent hotels as a whole, they're going to suffer the most, and they continue to do so.
That was the point I was going to ask you. It's been really interesting doing these prediction discussions because AI naturally has come up pretty much by everybody around one of their predictions. But I'm starting to see two different camps of people saying whether the OTAs will win out or whether does it create a better opportunity for hotels to be able to capture some of the direct? But there still seems to be, some are saying, yep, it's a real opportunity, much better for hotels, real chance to be able to position yourself and grab some of that business. And then others are saying, no, it's just making the OTAs more and more powerful. Where do you sit in a very interesting space? Kind of interested to know what your thoughts might be.
I think it suits well the hotels.
Yeah.
If again the prediction is right that Google wins this race.
Okay.
Yeah, if they do, it basically centralizes a lot of these channels into this is just Google Ads. Google Ads has three different ways of getting the customer to book, whether it's through the AI, whether it's through the meta search, or whether it's the classic ads, PMax, whatever you want to call it.
Which I'm use.
So that works in the hotel's favor. So Google is helping hotels more than they used to.
Yeah.
So they replace a lot of things happen. They do throwing a lot of AI into Google Ads. They're investing a lot and linking their products together, which is obviously the right thing to do.
Yeah.
And this is going to help hotels. I just deal with one platform, which I'm used to investing in. So I'm now compared to, I don't know, 10 years ago, it was very hard to convince hotels to actually run Google Ads. They would think, anyways, people would come to my website if they're looking for my name. They will end up on my website.
I need to advertise. Yeah.
Is that wrong? That was the wrongest thing to say at that time, and still is. So it's pretty much now they got at least educated into spending on that platform, and the fact that this platform is centralizing all the sub channels, it suits a bit the hotel. They're like, okay, let's just throw as even more budget on Google because now I'm also tapping into the AI part, the AI mode and the LMs.
Yeah.
So that would, if let's say Google win, I would see that suiting the hotels a bit more. Always, and if they continue to be eager to invest as much on the platform.
Yeah, there's a lot to unpack that we've covered within that space, but I didn't know if there were any other tangents you wanted to.
Yeah, I guess. It's linked still to AI, but I think one of the predictions is companies that would win is not so much the ones that are coming up with their own, let's say, AIs or interpretation, but I think consolidating everything. Okay. So data, using AI to manage as much. So making the best use of AI, package it in the best possible way, simplifying specific industries or specific tasks or specific sub parts of the business, whether it's marketing, whether it's managing your revenue management, your occupancy, your pricing strategy, anything. So I think that's what we're going to see more is people using the AI in the best possible way and packaging it in a way that it helps do X perfectly, and then they can sell it better to their own customer base.
Yeah, so it's gone beyond this is what it can do for you as to right, okay, now this is how it is actually going to affect you in a positive way. That prompts another question that came out from a discussion I had last week, where someone, I can't remember if it was part of their prediction or just as we evolved the conversation, but they said that they feel that the pricing model of technology will start to shift from a seat-based model to an outcome-based model. Do you think we will still stick with a seat-based operation and that model exists, it works, or will we look at more of an outcomes-based possibly? Will there be an evolution from the hotel tech side?
Yeah, I think it depends again who wins, but it makes more sense to go by, let's say, whether it's a CPA model, whether it's
Hmm.
a cost per acquisition or an OTA model.
Hmm.
But then again, the in our industry is very very specific, where at some point, at a certain stage of at a certain percentage, the reaction, the normal reaction of a hotelier is, why should I bother then?
Yeah,
Let's
yeah,
give this business to the OTAs.
yeah,
I need to manage it, pay that kind of commission, and then manage it, and the headache that comes with it, and the team that comes with it, the technology that you need to use, and so on.
yeah,
So it needs always to be very profitable.
yeah,
For the hotels, they look at purely cost of acquisitions and think, okay, well, at a certain stage, it doesn't make anymore, and it doesn't make sense to go for this initiative. Let's invest a bit more on Booking.com on Expedia. At least I'm saving on a headache.
yeah, yeah,
So that's the game that needs to be played. Big companies have tried. So I see the CPC model. So like a hybrid makes more sense. Per seat, I don't see that happening. It's not profitable for the company.
yeah,
It's going to be hard to be profitable by the company. But I think it'll be a hybrid. I see more hybrid happening where there's a outcome, success fee, that a low success fee that suits everybody. So it needs to
yeah,
be the right middle ground, because you
yeah,
cannot step into the OTA space.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
That
I
makes
get
sense.
you. No, that makes sense. That makes sense. And I'm conscious of your time. Anything else that you wanted to just sort of touch on or put out there?
No, it's moving so fast. We never seen anything like this. I was the internet bubble. I was a bit too young for that. That was not working yet, so I didn't see it as a professional. But this type of evolution, we never seen anything like this. Every single week, there's something completely new that blows everybody's mind. So that's why we can 100% count on that every single player, every AI will come up with something that with an attempt at least to take over our industry or other verticals and see who wins.
Makes sense. I mean, just final comment from me. I would, if I was sitting on a hotelier side, I'd just be sitting there at the moment feeling like I'm just being shouted at. There's just it's like, hold on a minute, where do I focus my time and energy? And it's almost getting. I almost feel at times you can get caught up with the wave. It feels, it's like it's like being in the sea and you've got one wave after the next, after the next, after the next, and it's like you're just trying to catch your breath. And I think there's I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. You're dealing with the hotels day in day out, but it feels as if sometimes we might lose sight of remembering what we are here to do.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is exactly how we're looking at things: is what's the job to be done,
Yeah,
pure and simple, and how can the technology help us achieve that? And that's what we need to stick to it. It can be extremely overwhelming um, to follow every new tech innovation, every new tool that's coming out. Really need to stick. Okay, is this helping me do the job?
yeah,
And I have so many jobs to do. How can I leverage the technology to maximize profit, maximize performance, minimize the time that I'm spending on things, and help me just purely do the job in the best possible way?
yeah.
And who gets that will get it right.
Absolutely, absolutely. But always a pleasure to talk to you. Thank you for watching, and I hope you found the predictions discussion interesting. If you'd like to see any of our videos from our Summer AI series, here is a link to that playlist. And if you've missed any of the other prediction videos, here is a link to that playlist. And finally, can I genuinely just thank you all for watching or listening to our content? It really is appreciated, and we look forward to bringing you more in 2026. Thanks so much. Take care.